everyone! I really wanted to show you guys my new planner setup because yet again I have massively changed the setup of my planner and I'm still not sure how I like it, but I am using completely different inserts and everything now, so I just wanted to show you guys and I felt like it was about time I did an update. So first of all, for those who don't know, I use an A5 size purple planner from Paperchase that was very kindly sent to me by my friend Kylie. Anyway, she very kindly sent me this planner and I absolutely love the layout of it. The Paperchase A5 planners have a great section right here inside the front cover. They have a little section for a photograph, which I have a photo of myself and my boyfriend in currently. They have great pockets down the side, there's so much room, and then they have this big pocket in the back plus this zip pocket down here. I don't use this zip pocket because I worry that I already stuff the front so much that I don't want to distort the shape of the planner. But as you can see, I do put loads of other things in. So right here I have some magnetic markers. The floral ones are from Hema and these ones are from Paperchase. Then I have some owl stick markers and some bunny stick markers. The owl ones are from a place called Blot and the bunny ones are from Linky's Dream, and I posted a video recently where I showed everything I bought from Linky's Dream. Just thought I would zoom in a little so you could actually see what I'm talking about, but yeah, these are the magnetic bookmarks. Then we have the owl stick markers and the bunny stick markers, which as you can imagine I absolutely love. Then we have these sticky notes, which are also from Hema, but I bought them from Linky's Dream. I absolutely love them. They are like a corally pink and they say today is okay, and sometimes I need reminding of that. Then I have these little pink square ones, also from Hema, and they say things to do. As you can see, this pocket here is stuffed full of stickers and cards. These cards are printables from Cocoa Daisy and you get them for free when you buy something, I think, or you may even only have to have an account and you can download these for free and then print them off. I printed them onto plain white card and I like to hole punch them and put them in my planner, so I have that one. I have this one which matches the November planner kit, and then this really cute one that says every day is a gift. I have these la-di-da little sticky notes which I absolutely love. I really like sticking this next to like food ideas, project ideas. I use these in my notes section to highlight when I really want to try something out. Then I have these textured 3D heart stickers from Hema. They're really cute, but I'm hoarding them already. I don't want to use them because they're so pretty, but I have used one. I have a couple of sheets of the pink hearts and the orange arrows from Paperchase. And I have these adorable little animal stickers that one of my pen pals sent me. I have these gorgeous flowers from Paperchase, and these are my favourite at the moment. These little brown bear stickers were again from a pen pal. And then I have my personal size appointment stickers. This is like the third sheet of these that I've already gone through, and as you can see, birthdays are the ones that I have started using out of this pack. Then we move on to the actual planner, and as you can see the dashboard is still the same, although I must admit I don't really use it that often. I tend to just use other sticky notes now, although these ones I do still use for colour coding with my blog and YouTube section. Then we have my first divider, which is blank, and then we are into the new stuff. I didn't buy the whole kit, I just bought the pages, and what you get is this divider. I'll just unclip it quickly. So you get this really cute divider which has a tab on the end that says the month. This one says 2014 October, live in the sunshine, swim in the sea and drink the wild air. I find that a lot of scrapbooking stuff has weird sentiments on it that I find a bit cringy. This is one of those. However, I still absolutely love the pattern. I love the watercoloured hearts. On the back side of the divider you get the number of the month, obviously October is 10, and then you get a little grid which tells you what week you're in, the days of the week and sort of like what date falls on which day. I prefer to have a month on 2 pages, so what I did was I used some more printables from Cocoa Daisy and I printed out their month on 2 page template. I printed it on card because October is a very busy month for me and I felt like I would be flipping backwards and forwards a lot. I not only printed it on card, but I also edged it with washi tape to really reinforce it. And what I have done is I just use a little binder clip, and I don't find that using binder clips in my planner sort of messes up the pages or anything, because I don't often take this planner out of the house with me. But yeah, I fasten it with a little binder clip so that whenever I flick to October, it takes me straight to my month on 2 pages. And this is where I do forward planning. So as soon as sort of like an appointment comes up, or I book a meeting, or I have a change in my lecture schedule, or I have an assignment due in, I write it in here. I even had a night out with some of my friends on my course on the 2nd, and I even wrote that in here so that I wouldn't forget. But yeah, that's my month on 2 pages. Now, this section here is something very new. At the beginning of September, I discovered a system called bullet journaling. Bullet journaling is kind of difficult to explain, but basically you use a notebook such as a Moleskine or something like that, and you give yourself a monthly task list. Every day, instead of planning sort of like on a week on 2 pages or on a day on a page or anything like that, you basically just write yourself a little list of everything you want to achieve during that day. And sometimes there'll be things off your monthly task list, sometimes it'll be something as simple as going to work. But you can put everything down on there that you want. If you have an idea during the middle of the day, you write that down. And the idea is that you have a key, which I do have attached to the back of my miscellaneous divider. So I have it attached with washi tape. I can flick it in, flick it out. And you create your key depending on things that you use the most. So I will zoom in and show you mine. So this is my key, and as you can see, I only have a very few different symbols. I have a star for things that are important, a wiggly arrow for things that I'm going to migrate over to another day, a pound sign for things that I need to buy, an exclamation mark for things that I write down during the day, like just ideas for videos, things like that. Whenever something becomes irrelevant, I cross through it, and obviously I tick it if I have done it. So with that in mind, I will very awkwardly show you my monthly tasks for October. This top one says, complete research plan for the 9th. That was an assignment I had due in on Thursday. I put a star next to it because it was important, and I ticked it when I completed it. Things on here that aren't important, I might migrate them over to the next month. So things like hang my literary postcards, get my old books out of the loft, sort out my wardrobe, they're not really important. So I put them on there because they're things that I want to achieve this month, but it doesn't matter if I don't. And they don't have a symbol next to them because, you know, they're not that important and they don't really mean anything. So yeah, I went off on a massive tangent there, but basically I have been bullet journaling, and I decided to start my planner completely afresh in this new style. I archived my older pages, I bought the Cocoa Daisy pages, I have my divider, my month on 2 pages so I can keep track of everything, I have my October tasks, and then my October days begin. These pages are day on a page, and they came from an Etsy shop called Easy Peasy Paper. She has some gorgeous products and they were only £4. It is a digital download though, so you have to print and cut the pages yourself, which I found very difficult. As you can see, I used these pages extensively, and I feel the most organised I have ever felt since I started using day on a page pages. But obviously this is the whole of October so far. I still decorate them, but I just feel like I'm finally getting stuff done. This is today's page, it's not decorated properly yet. This, in case you are wondering, is a little thing that I printed out and put in. They're the 2 photo challenges that I'm taking part in this month, and having them in my planner is actually really quite helpful. These pages are the Cocoa Daisy October day on 1 page pages. They actually go over 2 pages, so each day has got 2 A5 pages. As you can imagine, it does take up a lot of space, but I think I'm going to enjoy them. I will very quickly show you a blank one of these pages, but I'm not going to go into massive detail or review them or anything because obviously I haven't used them yet. So yeah, you have this section at the top that says daily to do, and then next to that I'm assuming is where you put the date. You have a section here that says must do, which is kind of like on the previous inserts I was using, your little 5 steps to success section. This is your must do section, so it's kind of the same. Then you have a section here that says to call. I don't really make any phone calls, but I do have to send a lot of emails, so I might use that as my email section. Then you have a to-do list with a nice amount of lines and a nice amount of space. My to-do lists tend to be very long because, like I said, I write everything in them. Then we have these adorable little glasses of water, and the lady who created these pages says that she deliberately made this section quite big, and she deliberately drew out the glasses of water because she herself started drinking 8 glasses of water, and it was like she had like a new lease of life when she started making sure she was properly hydrated, which it really does make a lot of sense, and I need to make more of an effort to make sure I'm drinking enough. Then we have this section here which says schedule, and that is kind of like the appointment section of the previous inserts except without the clock, so you write down times and places that you are supposed to be. Okay, then we have the back side of the page, and we have the first section at the top, which is the 15-minute pickup. And again, according to the lady who created these pages, that section is intended for you to write any daily chores in that you need to do. So like hoovering your room, making your bed, doing the laundry, anything like that. She said that having it written down and just spending 15 minutes every day doing 1 or 2 chores really helps to keep your house tidy in general. Obviously I do not own my own home, however I am going to use that as a 15-minute pickup section. I'm going to write hoover my room, make sure my bed's made, even things like clean out the rabbit's litter trays, things like that. Just little activities during the day that I can do to make sure things are neat and tidy. Then we have a section specifically for dinner, and I kind of wish that it just said meals or meal planning, but it says dinner. I'm still going to write my breakfast, lunch, dinner and snacks in there because it just works best for me. Then we have a section which is like graph paper, and it says notes and ideas. I'm not really sure what I'm going to use that for, just notes and ideas I guess, little things that occur to me throughout the day, things that I need to do the next day, ideas for projects or Christmas presents or anything like that I will put in there. Then we've got this section that says before bed, which is an excellent idea. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like as soon as I get into bed, that's when my brain decides to start worrying about every possible thing in my life that could go wrong. So this section before bed is going to be really good for me to just have like a brainstorm or whatever, and just dump everything there that worries me before bed, or anything that I need to do for the next morning. Just things like that, so that I'm not going to bed and it's all like whirling around my head. Then we have a thankful for section like the previous inserts. This one has 4 spaces for things to be thankful for, and I'm sure I'll continue to use that. And then this last one here is one that I'll definitely be using, and it says purchases. So you could use that to sort of like record things that you need to purchase or things that you have purchased that day, and that's how I'll be using that section. So those are the daily pages, and then you get given 4 week in review pages, and I'm actually going to use these at the beginning of each week. I'll show you the one that I've already started filling out. So I have this one here. Basically I do prefer using day on a page inserts, however I obviously really like my month on 2 pages, and I really like being able to see my week at a glance. So I'm going to use these pages to make notes of things that are happening the next week, and then when I get to that week I can start transferring them onto my actual planner pages. So for example this one, On Monday the 13th I have a presentation at uni that I have to give. On Tuesday the 14th my lecture has been rearranged to a different date and time. On Saturday the 18th it's my niece's 4th birthday party, so I just make little notes on there, and then when I actually get to the day I'll transfer it in. So when I bought the October pages, I did buy the November ones as well. This one says, "Be present in all things and grateful for all things." And again, it's a nice sentiment, but I just find it really cringy. I haven't printed out my November month on 2 pages as of yet, but I do have all of the planner pages and week in review pages in here. At the end, and I'm just covering it up just purely for privacy reasons because I'm not 100% sure I can remember everything that's on here, so I don't know if there's anything on here that I don't want you to know, but because I am using day on a page and they do take up a lot of room, I've taken out all of the rest of my inserts. I did have right up until December 2015 in this planner, and obviously with my new inserts I've had to remove them. I had already started forward planning on those, so I had all of my deadlines, I had people's birthdays, I had exams, I had the dates that my boyfriend is away and the dates that he came back, and like all of that sort of thing. And I didn't want to forget any of those things, so what I did is I got a piece of note paper and I wrote them all down on here, so every week when I put my sort of like new planner pages in, I can quickly check this list to make sure there's nothing that I'm forgetting, and when the days are in the planner I can make a note of these things, if that makes sense. Then I have my blog and YouTube divider as before, and I have some Project Life cards. This was August, September, and now we're obviously in October. I use my little detachable ruler in here now. However, I have taken out my social media analytics pages because I kept forgetting to fill out how many followers I had, and to be honest, my boyfriend keeps better track of how many followers I have than I do, and they were just taking up space. So I've kept my video and blog post like calendars in here until December, but I haven't kept my social media tracking ones. Finally, we have my miscellaneous tab, and it has my bullet journaling key on the end like I showed you guys earlier. And then we have my personal information on this sheet. This one is my timetable for university. Then we have lots of blank paper and my pen pals' names and addresses, so we won't show you that. I did used to have a notebook in the back of here where I wrote down all of the books I had been reading, but I've left that on my bedside table now because I tend to read whilst I'm in bed. That's the only time I have to read now. So whenever I finish a book, I'm in bed, so then I can just get the book off my bedside table, write down what it was and what I thought of it, rather than having to wait till the morning or having to get up out of bed to get my planner. And in the back of here I have spare planner pages and a copy of my bucket list. So yeah, that is my planner and how I'm currently using it. I really hope you enjoyed this video and that you liked having a look inside my planner, because I think it has changed a lot since the last time I showed it to you guys. I'm still searching for what all the experts, you know, call planner piece. I'm not sure I'll ever get it, to be honest, because I change things around so often. But for now, I'm really enjoying this setup, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how my new Cocoa Daisy inserts go. So yeah, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know and ask me in the comments. I do try and reply to every single comment unless you haven't got Google+, in which case I will like your comment to show you that I have read it. I hope you're all having a lovely day, and I will see you next week. Bye!